we're going to squeeze in one more story because I think you guys need to hear this one because we're talking about kids again. All right. Maybe you haven't considered kids. Maybe right now is not the time for you. Maybe you thought of adopting or having them in the future. But there's someone out there who is saying you need to have the pants dropped right now and get the kids making. You got to get the kids going. Like, let's go right now. Get the process being started. I don't know how you feel. Has anyone ever come up to you? Because, I mean, some of you guys...
There's been enough COVID babies, I'm just saying.
I know.
Been a lot.
Now, Mikey... I'm gonna go
That's
to
really rude, honestly.
I'm going to go to Mikey on this one because, Mikey, you had mentioned that you have a fiance. Now, has anyone come up to you in your life or within your time span of you being with your fiance and said, hey, so when's the kids coming? Has anyone ever said that to you before?
Let them get married first.
Besides my fiance, luckily, no. And honestly, I would tell them to kick rocks because that is rude. It is not your business when I have kids. It is not your business if I'm ready to have kids. Like, that is between me and my significant other. Like, back up. Like, that's not cool at all, man. Like, wow. That is something that is something that has been like so like ingrained in our society. It's like, oh, when you're gonna have kids, like, none of your business, dude. Back it up.
I can actually bounce off of that because so for Christmas time, now I'm Jewish. I don't celebrate Christmas. I just kind of partake in all the holidays that Shane's family partakes in because he's my significant other. And when I went there for the holidays, now one of his cousins who's a little older, I can't remember if he's older or younger, but they're in the same age range, and they just had a kid, like maybe like not even a year ago. They just had a kid. And so they got married and everything, and so we went to his grandma's because he has two grandmas. Went to one of his grandmas, and there she was saying after we were opening gifts, she goes, "So who's next to have a baby?" And the room just went dead silent. And she's like, well, I guess that answers that. Who wants cookies? And then everyone, like, grabbed cookies.
From babies to cookies. Like, okay.
I don't know.
I change it.
It's not my family to say yes or no, so I just stood there quietly, and I just let Shane answer that. And his answer was silence, so I had to back it up and do silence. Like, what am I supposed to do?
How funny would it have been if the cookies were like little mini gingerbread men?
With like little diapers painted on them.
They're like binkies and everything on there. No.
What would you have done if Shane was like, that's us.
I would have been like, next. I would have been like, oh, so this is a new game changer. I mean, personally, if he's okay with that idea and he's financially okay and he can help support me, I mean, I guess I'm okay with that, but I also want to put myself in a more financial better spot and just have the space and everything and be able to give the kid what it truly deserves. So, I mean, that's like the real thinking behind it. But if he was in the moment and was like, yeah, let's go, I'd be like, yeah, you know, like as a joke to be like, you know, like football players, you know.
Football pep talk.
Who's ready to go out there and have that kid? Yeah,
little baby.
Okay, if my sister hasn't woken up now, I think she probably has. But I don't know, has anybody else had this happen to them? Not the football prep, just like being asked to have a kid.
I met this girl on Tinder who said, I want kids by 24. I just politely said no.
No? Okay.
Swipe left, swipe left.
I respectfully declined.
Oh,
no, this is when I met.
I don't blame you.
When you met her, she was I want a kid by 24?
She goes, first, I date to marriage, and 2, I want to have kids by 24 and be fully moved out and financially stable. I go, all right, well,
how do you
know
marriage this day and age? Like, what
I don't know, you'd be surprised. I met a few 21-year-olds and 20-year-olds who just want to, like, get married right away. It's kind of spooky.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It's really immature, like, honestly.
I don't want to get married to my 30s. I want to make sure everything's okay first.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Right. Boom, that's the one.
If you know, you know, right? Like that's a saying, right? If you know, you know. So
it's just different.
Not early, whatever. But like, if you're going into a date and you're like, I want to have babies by 24. I want to be married by then too. Like, and you're like 20, like hit the brakes, calm yourself.
Wait, that happened. That happened to my mom actually.
What?
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 Yeah, Yeah, I swear to God, there's this weird guy. She's probably listening, like, oh my God, do not tell this story. But there was this weird guy, like, saying, we're going to have the most beautiful babies or something on a date. And she was just like, okay.
You just hear 911. What's your emergency? And she's like, "Get me out!
Help me! Help me!"
I mean, I don't blame her. I'd run too, because I was actually on a date at Applebee's, and some guy was like, "So, how do you feel about jewelry,
Not
like wedding
Applebee's.
rings?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't wear jewelry." And he's like, "Okay, so you want it tattooed on you?" And I was like, no, that's even more. No. that's-
WTF, mate? Like, what?
How does his mind go to that?
I don't know.
Tattoo.
He just went from 0 to 100, and I was like, I really just want to get out of here, but you're my ride.
Well, you
so.
wear your wedding ring, though. That's different. If you don't wear jewelry, fine, but, like, you wear your wedding
I don't
wedding
know.
ring.
I'm honestly scared of that, because one time Shane got me like a little like promise ring to be like just to see how I would do with jewelry, and I was cleaning it because it was a little big, and I put it in the paper towel after I was done cleaning it, and I accidentally threw out the ring in the paper towel. So hopefully I don't throw out the real thing.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It was an accident. I was like, I think it's gone.
Why'd you put a ring in a paper towel?
It was too big. I had to dry my hands. After I washed my hands, it fell out, and I put it in the paper towel to dry it, and I guess I forgot, and I threw out the paper towel, and it was gone. I guess my parents took out the
You don't
garbage.
okay.
I
whatever.
didn't.
I don't know. You don't feel
Listen,
the ring
it wasn't even that
in the paper
expensive.
towel?
Listen, I think together the rings were worth $30. Okay, we each got one just to try
Alright,
it out.
well,
I
it's not
felt
a big
so
loss.
bad. Yeah, I
When
felt.
it's $5,000, it's a problem.
I
Or
felt
Like
bad.
the
wedding ring.
sentimental value.
Yeah, it
is
had our. I
limitless,
think it had our
and-
date engraved on it. That was it. I felt really bad because I was like, "Listen, I know you put the thought and energy into this, but I lost it." And he was like, "No way! I'll order a new one." I was like, "Don't do that. I'll just lose it again. It's fine." Just, I was like, I don't know. I said when
So-
it's. I don't know. When it's the real thing, I just gotta really like put like some type of thing on it. Maybe like one of those like Apple AirTags on them or something. I don't know, just so I know where it is at all times.
Can you just imagine, like, Jamie has her, like, engagement
It's not
ring
even
on,
a
and,
diamond.
like,
It's just the AirTag on
dangling from
it.
her, like, hand is just, like, this Apple tag.
I don't know.
She just, like, fits in her palm of her hand because there's no other way to have it.
Well, it's at the dump. At least I know where it is now. You know, through all this trash. I mean, you want to help me find it? I don't think he'd like that, but
Track
hey,
this garbage truck really quick. Let's track the garbage truck. Follow it.
I don't know. But I was asking about how you guys feel about kids, because there's somebody who is actually telling people to like pull the pants down now and just go at it. Can you guess who that person is?
Not the Pope.
Is there a celebrity?
It's actually somebody that we all know.
LeBron James, I don't know.
You think it's LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna win this game and we're gonna win this kid. Woo! No.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what he does in his spare time.
Is it our boss?
Yeah, you think it's Sean?
Sean?
You think Sean right now is?
Me.
You think
Sean's going
Sean?
around like,
No, not
"All right,
this
boys,
Sean.
Take your pants off and make some babies.
Sean just comes in at the station after we're done with shows and goes, "All right, so when's the kids coming?" You really think he does that?
I need more volunteers for the future. Start making babies.
We need more students, so start now so we can have them for
Staff's
later.
running low. Help wanted.
That's called child labor, by the way.
Well, there actually is somebody that we did mention who did say, "Let's start having kids now," and that was the Pope.
Oh no!
Wow.
The Pope.
Francis, you fail me.
So the Pope had
Oh,
said
okay.
here, the Pope explained in his new way of views that choosing a furry friend, like having a cat or a dog or anything of that kind, was a denial of
Yeah.
fatherhood and motherhood, and it diminishes us, is what he's saying. So he's saying that, you know, people are being more selfish. They're being selfish in the fact that they don't want to have a child. Sometimes they have one and that's it, but they have cats and dogs, and that takes the place of children. He said this may make people laugh, but it is a reality. He's like basically saying, drop the trousers, let's go, because we need more kids to populate.
The Pope is telling people to drop their trousers. That's not a sentence I thought I'd hear today.
He's very progressive, man. I don't
This
know.
Pope is really like, let's just get to it, and I don't know what else you want from him. Maybe he has a whole game plan set up. I'm not sure.
He realizes that not every child is gonna be a follower of the Pope, right, or whatever right?
Yeah.
I think
mean,
also
just
because
saying.
also that like there's also a lot of kids that were there's just not a lot of procreation right now. A lot of people are realizing it's a lot harder to raise kids. It takes more time and money and all this effort, and not a lot of people are staying together after they have kids. A lot of the divorce rate is up, so he's probably realizing this and says, you know what, let's get to it. Stop the animals and start the kids.
Wait,
And
so
people can't afford them.
Can you imagine
I got
that?
a question.
Can you
I got a
imagine
question.
though that's the new slogan? Stop the animals and start the kids.
That's a horrible slogan.
It is amazing.
First off, don't tell me that I can't have my fur babies, my little kitties, and my everything.
Right.
Right?
It's
I
like
don't
the
care.
opposite of PETA.
Secondly, but secondly, do you think I'll go to hell if I tell the Pope to kick rocks?
I don't know. I don't think you should try it though.
I don't think he has the power.
I
I think
think
he has the power. I mean, he's the Pope. He's the holiest, right? I don't know. Because
I think
I'm
people
just saying that if someone tells me to have a baby, I would tell them to kick rocks. So am I telling the Pope to kick rocks? Like, I don't know about that.
Possibly, but
Do I
I'm
take
gonna
the chance? Do I take
play.
the chance?
I'm gonna play big energy because the Pope is having some big energy right now, and
What
tune
type
in.
of big energy?
I'm not going there, Sean, but thanks for that.